Hey guys, I'm Rebecca. You have a chance to win this DJI FPV drone, the case, and 2 batteries. We're gonna choose one of the next 100,000 subscribers to be our lucky winner. So please subscribe, good luck, and happy FPV.
What's up guys, welcome to today's review. I'm Justin Davis. We're gonna check out something for the professionals out there that wanna buy something a little bit larger than like a 3-inch Cinewhoop. They're gonna be able to lift heavy mid-range DSLRs with this system. It is a 4-inch category 6S Cinewhoop from Caddx Machineworks. It's called the Whoopmaster, and this guy will lift something as large as any mid-range DSLRs. It'll also lift a GoPro Hero 10, and it has dual camera mount options on here. So it runs a 6S 1300. They recommend all the way up to something like an 1800. That's probably what I would recommend to get about a 6-minute flight time on this quad. So inverted motors, also motor belt protection all the way around, TPU bumpers, top and bottom. It has the TPU mount in the very front for adjustable GoPro angle. So you can angle it up with the camera as well, and we have HD options on here. So we have DJI Caddx Vista. There are also 2 versions available. So if you want to get one that's kind of non-sealed, it would be the dry weather version. You can also get a secondary version called the all weather version. Just a little more money. Everything is sealed inside this frame. So it's pretty cool. We're gonna put this on the bench. We're gonna show you some flight footage today. And yeah, we're gonna do a full in-depth review on this one, as well as an exclusive content version of this video. So if you wanna see more in-depth reviews, check out dronecamps.com for our exclusive review and footage that no one else gets to see. For $1 PayPal, you get to see all the footage of this amazing Cinewhoop. So check that out, or just enjoy the free version today of the new Whoopmaster from Caddx Machineworks. Let's go ahead and get started with a flight test. After that, we will check this quad out on the bench, and I will show you what this beast is all about. It's some amazing engineering from Neil. Very impressive. Just another like home run from Caddx Machineworks, and it performs and brings back some amazing pro content. Here we go. One of the best Cinewhoop flights I've taken. As far as the tune, it's super smooth. One thing that I probably could comment on is like maybe the battery life didn't last so long. I didn't get a super long flight with a 1300, but they're recommending all the way up to like something like an 1800. So I feel like with the size of this quad, especially if you're carrying like 2 cameras on here, you're gonna need something like a 6S, say 1500 to 1800 to really get a decent flight time. But the tune on here is beautiful. I didn't do any freestyle or anything like that because this is kind of this is a cruiser cinema, professional cinema rig at 4-inch scale. So it's meant to fly really straight and really smooth. So I was really working on my Tai Chi, if you will, of cinema. So one of the things that I did in art school was actually take a Tai Chi class, and we had to learn Tai Chi because back in those days there was no stabilization on video cameras, and I kind of practiced the same thing with flying. I try to put minimal stick movement in so that I can get the best quality video after I land, and go check out the video. But I think this video is going to be ultra smooth because we're running like Hyper Smooth 4.0 on here, and GoPro Hero 10 finally on the channel. So I appreciate you guys. Really. All right, guys, welcome to the YouTube version review for our channel. Now, this is a 4-inch class Cinewhoop that is designed for professional videographers, and we talked about that in the introduction of this video. The flight test went extremely well. I was super impressed with the performance. I feel like you could get a much better flight time with an 1800 on there, so I'm going to put some batteries down below for you guys to grab that are 6S, hopefully in the 1800 range, and it will fit on this drone. It has a kind of a long body design, so it has an extended body on here, which is super nice. I also like the front and back mounts that it has for as far as putting multiple action cams on. You could run a GoPro up front, you could run a DSLR in the back. I mean, this will carry a DSLR and a GoPro at the same time. This is much larger, and the power system can handle a heavier load than something like your typical 3-inch Cinewhoop class series for videographers. It's also faster than any of the foam bumper style Cinewhoops out there, like the Geprc Crown. It is faster than the Cinelog series if you're looking at that 3-inch category. But this one is more expensive, and honestly, it's gonna, with Crossfire, it's gonna get you up to $821. So that's might be a turnoff for most people. It's only gonna appeal to guys that have $800 to spend on this type of aircraft. But those guys are approaching pro-level cinematographers, or guys that are super into filming. So if you're into filming, you're used to paying $1,000 for a piece of new gear. If you're someone who's just kind of a every once in a while flyer, this one's probably not for you unless you just want to spend the money to have something super nice sitting on the shelf. But Caddx Machineworks, I've always talked about that company, how great their components are. Everything is rock solid. But for $800 it better be. So there are 2 versions on the website, and the all-weather version with Crossfire is $821. The standard version, we're looking at $699 with Crossfire, so $700 for a Cinewhoop. It's really getting up there. It's about $400 more expensive than your typical 3-inch Cinewhoop from Geprc, like the Cinelog series. So that would be the cheaper option to go for. But again, for carrying something heavier, like a small DSLR, a mid-size DSLR, you can do that on here. I can mount my Sony ZV-1 on here, which I've been looking for something like this to fly my ZV-1 for about a year. And finally, I have something that can carry that camera with no problem, and I don't have to worry about it. I think that the frame design also is super innovative. I've been staring at this thing for about 2 weeks now and just really going over it and looking at the way that Neil designed this frame. It's original. It doesn't look like anything else out there on the market. It has a top plate that is extended out from the side. We have a side mount SMA connector right here for DJI. And while this wouldn't have been probably my first choice, I don't like vertical mount antennas on the back or the side of any aircraft, but it does give you an option to move it back here. It looks like it has 2 holes, but I would prefer that it came out the back, and but that also might have a problem for being in the way of the filming setup. So maybe he could have came out this way, but there's not a lot of room between the power system and the side of the back of the frame. Maybe it could have came out the bottom, but if you're running a 360 camera, then you're going to see that. But it's nice that we have front and back mount camera options. Everything on here is built larger, so even like M4 bolts on here in some spots larger than our typical standard M3. We also have some M2 hardware on the bottom. In the very back is the backseat RX box, and if you get the all-weather version, this will be sealed up with silicone. All the wires are sealed up all the way around. There's also an all-weather TPU mount around the entire flight controller and ESC. We have a F7 style Acon, I believe it was the Acon flight controller in here. And it's the V3 Mini, by the way. It's a 20 by 20 stack and full OSD on Caddx Vista here with a special milled CNC aluminum heatsink on the very bottom, which I've never seen before for any HD setup. So this is completely original engineering and design that was designed, right on Neil's desk at his house. So all of his stuff is done. He takes his time right there in his office and designs everything from scratch. I'm sure he has some templates to work with, but most of the time I get his stuff, it looks nothing like anything else I've ever seen before. You also have color options on the outside for the bumpers. You can get different colors there, but I thought the black looked pretty nice as far as pro cinema goes. And again, the footage that came back looked great. The performance was great. And again, it's not a freestyle quad by any means. I did kind of a tree spin. That's when you go up to the top of a tree, do a roll, and then you fly down and pull up at the bottom of the tree. And it will do that. I did feel some weight to it. The power to weight ratio is not like an FPV freestyle drone. It's just not going to give you that type of performance. But it was able to do a tree spin above the tree, come back down, handle a dive, and pull up at the last minute. It had no problem giving me that extra power that I was looking for. So it might be partially due to the props on here as well. HQ prop, duct props, they're 4x4x6, and those are the great polycarbonate props. They're good for heavy lifting, and that's why he put a 5-blade prop on here, so that you guys could put whatever camera you want as far as mid-range DSLR goes. And I'll try to get some information on the total payload and pin it in the comments down below in this review. But I appreciate you guys watching this one. If you want to check out Catalyst Machine Works, by all means, please do check out catalystmachineworks.com, and you can check out the different versions of this. And if you want to go for more of an in-depth review on this quad, please check out dronecamps.com for the $1 exclusive content. It's just like an unfiltered version of this review and all of my information, honest information again, on the channel. So check out dronecamps.com or the link down below and dive further into the Whoopmaster. It's absolutely worth it. In my opinion, it's 5 stars with both hands all day for sure. 5-star quad. Very nice performance, quality, and again, what you expect from Catalyst Machine Works. But thanks again for watching my reviews, guys. I'm Justin Davis. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one.